I'm gonna be breaking down EURUSD, at least giving my idea as to what I think is happening. I could be wrong, which is part of trading, but um, okay, let's just get into it. So, just from looking at it on the daily time frame, by the way, so the overall movement was a somewhat of a head and shoulders. I think something that everybody saw. Um, Somewhat of a head and shoulders if you look at it. So price came from this direction, went here from the left shoulder, came back here, went up to form the head, and then it came back here to form part of the neckline, then went up to form the right shoulder, and then it's been rejecting around the this price, right? This level, or rather that range. So that price range. So obviously just looking at that, so I'm going to analyze it from a support and resistance point of view, and then not ignoring the head and shoulders that potentially is forming. So now we have resistance here. Price tends to resistance within this. Price tends to resist within this price range, and also the same here. But we have had two candles form and complete outside. So this is a bit more uncertain and inaccurate. So I'm not going to be trusting this level as an support. So just looking at it now, we see clearly, obviously, a potential trend line forming. So we have not forming; it has already formed because it has touched two times. But this is where things are more critical, in the sense that if price breaks above this trend line and completes above it, obviously will come to retest. It may continue up, and that's what potentially could happen. So why do I say this? Couple of reasons. Number one, we have this spike, this candle right here, and obviously the wick is bigger than the body, and it shows momentum losing in loss of momentum. And if you look at candles like it in the past, for example, here we have candles that have bigger, that have smaller bodies than the wicks, and then price dropped. So same candle formed here. So we could potentially see price dropping. So that's potentially the first thing that could possibly happen. But then again, what will determine what we do? We have to react. So what will determine what we do is the way this candle completes. If it completes above this and forms makes a closing price above the trend line, then we obviously have potential move to the upside. But then if it completes within, then we have a potential move to the downside. But then we can't take and we can take entries and you know s- all these things without boiling it down to the lower time frames. And let me just do just that. So we're uh let me just go to the h1 to the 1 hour. I usually would just go to the h4 before I go to the 1 hour, but I feel like I don't have to do that in that scenario. um let's just make sure our charts are okay. So just looking at it, we see a series, obviously, of higher lows and higher highs. So price, obviously, okay, we had rejection right here, and then price broke above it, retested, and then still went up. And then here we have a low, higher low, another higher low, higher low, higher low. So it's higher lows. And so obviously the trend is going down, at least on the 1 hour. Is going up, I'm sorry, at least on the 1 hour. So looking at this from this point of view, I would imagine price would continue up. I would imagine price would continue up. So how do we take that trade? So clearly the trade would have to be a swing trade, since we the movement we predicted on the day one. So my best bet looking at this, right? And I may be wrong, and this may be, you know, bad analysis. So we would have something like structure here. This was our potential stop loss, and I did see a, you know, a rising sort of like channel on the 1 hour. Just that from here, if you took your trend line and you went straight through, you would get a rising channel. But I'm not gonna plot that out. So anyway, this is our area of potential stop loss. I would just take the trade right here because I imagine that it's retesting. So there's potential for more movement to the upside. So yes. So let's just see. Let me go to the day one. I think it's going to show us we're gonna be able to get a clearer um level where we go into we can take our profits. So this is would be our stop loss. So stop loss I established on the H1 because of the H1 double bottom. I hope everybody saw that. So double bottom, I hope everybody saw that. And so what we see on this is basically okay. I don't mean to start it, just that I'm trying to think and talk at the same time, so it's quite something. Yes, we potential move to the upside. So if price was to break above this, which clearly it has, as we boil down to the H1, we clearly see price potentially breaking above. So if you were to take the trade, it's a highly risky trade. But if you were to take the trade, you would be taking an upside. You would be looking for the upside. So if price were to go up, we potentially could come back to retest this level, right? Potentially. Why? If you look left, we have obviously previous support here, supported 2 points, and also was previous resistance. So that is a very important level. So we could potentially come to that level. So when we take out our let's go risk reward tool, long position. So let's just put it here. So this is where my stop loss would potentially be, and this is where my take profit would potentially be, taking into consideration the fact that we have a structure that looks like a head and shoulders. But for me personally, I feel the head and shoulders has failed, which wouldn't be a surprise, but the head and shoulders has potentially failed. This could be a losing trade, so take it at your own risk. But I see potential move to the upside. So thank you for watching this video. And in that regard, thank you for watching the video. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll post more content. And I am shooting these videos straight from TradingView. So if anyone wants to follow my TradingView, it's under the same name as my YouTube channel. So that would be easier to do. So thank you for watching, and please do subscribe, notification, everything. I'm new to YouTube, by the way, so I'm trying to I'm trying to learn the lingo, but thank you for watching.